Peace. What's the word? What's happening, everybody? Hopefully, everybody is having a powerful, peaceful, productive, positive Wednesday. Hopefully, y'all have about 45 minutes to an hour to tap in, listen to the build, the sermon, whatever y'all want to refer to this as. But we about to do some going in today. So hopefully, y'all got a little time to tap in and listen to this build, man, because we're going to be going in. But before I dive into this subject matter, dive into this sermon, give y'all about 3 to 5 minutes to tap in with the kid. Let me know how y'all living and feeling on this wonderful Wednesday. So talk to me before I start talking to y'all. What's the word? Airview, peace. Magic, peace. What's happening? Nate, peace. What's the word? Terenzo, my good brother, what's happening? What's the word? How we living? How we feeling on this wonderful Wednesday? Y'all see the subject matter, man. We ain't gonna hold no punches. If you get offended, great. If you get offended, great. That means what I said struck a nerve. So when people take offense to what's being said, that means something that I said resonated with them. So always pay attention to that. When you tap in and strike a nerve with somebody, man, then you hit on something that was true. So always be mindful of that. Beast by Bless, peace, what's happening? Savetta, peace, what's happening? What's the word? What's happening? Y'all see it. The devil of your decisions out here. Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know where I'm going to be going with that. But before I dive in, man, just let me know how y'all living and feeling, man. What's happening? How this Wednesday treating y'all? How y'all feeling? Hopefully y'all making good decisions out here, or better decisions than y'all made yesterday. Hopefully y'all eating a little bit better than you did yesterday. If you didn't work out yesterday, hopefully you did it today. Stop making these excuses and things of that nature. I'm here to hold y'all accountable. I'm here to tap in with y'all, make sure y'all doing what's right and exact. Because we have people that self-motivated, but then we also have these people that, hey, they may need somebody to tap in with them, hold them accountable from time to time. So I'm tapping in to hold y'all accountable for real. It's not a piece. What's happening? What you say? You say I'm feeling all right. Just got a word. I'm not fired. Can come back to work. Hey, there we go. That's some good news. Patrick, peace. What's happening? Timothy, for sure. And that's what we about to, we about to get the mind going in the right direction for sure. For sure. Magic, there you go. Schedule that time for that creativity, Schedule that time. Set aside time on your schedule for that creative thinking. That's how you got to do it. But y'all see, man, I'm sick of people. You know what inspired this live, man? I'm just sick of people. I be getting sick. Y'all know my, little love-hate relationship with religious conversations and religious people, but a lot of times, man, I get sick and tired of religious folks just blaming the devil for all the bad decisions that they are making, and all the bad that's happening to them in life. I just get tired of hearing that. I get tired of seeing that, and I just want to address that, fam. I want to address that. So if you are one of the ones that subscribe to that, then you probably gonna get offended today. And I really do not care. But I'm just getting tired of people doing that. That's another way to release accountability. See, people don't want to have that conversation when it comes to accountability. I feel like one of the biggest industries that promote lack of accountability is religion. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. We talk about accountability. I feel like one of the main reasons why a lot of Black folks specifically don't have accountability is because most of these religions teach you to not hold yourself accountable. And that's just real in the field. That's just real in the field, fam. That's just real in the field. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, man. That's one of the reasons why a lot of us fail to hold ourselves accountable. It stems from some of these religious teachings and these religious foundations that a lot of us adhere to blindly and follow blindly. Fam, yes, I said blindly. A lot of you all are blindly following a religion that you was taught to follow since you were born, and you have not questioned it. You have a fear of questioning it, questioning the religion that your parents or your grandparents forced on you. To Renzo, my brother, appreciate that donation for sure. You say the lower back. Hey, I actually had to rest my lower back. You know what I'm saying? I didn't went too hard. So I had to take some days off. That's crazy. But it's all good, though. I'm back in action now. Ray, peace. What's happening? What's happening, man? Hey, I've been just doing the knowledge, man. Doing the knowledge. That's what, hey, I've been doing the knowledge. Y'all, I'm always good, man. I've been doing the knowledge. You know, when I'm not streaming, I'm doing the knowledge. Best believe. 777. That's what I'm about to call you. You say, as a believer of the Black Messiah and the Black Hebrews, I completely agree. Christianity got people messed up out here. My family out here praising God. Yeah, eating pork. 1000%. I already know. I already know what it is. I already know what it is. You know, and I get tired of it, fam. Like, I try to let people live. But at the end of the day, man, some things have to be addressed, man. You can't keep blaming this when it's obvious, clear as day. Clear as day, a lot of these things or a lot of these circumstances that you are being presented with are the result of your decision-making abilities or lack thereof. But again, we like to blame evil entities, evil spirits, people who say they possess all type of things, man. I done heard all type of reasonings. It is crazy how we run from holding ourselves accountable for our mishaps in life, our misfortunes in life, for our bad conditions in life. Man, we will utilize every other reasoning other than pointing the finger at ourselves. Man, I was possessed. Man, it's evil spirits. It's the devil tempting me. It's somebody else's fault. All of that, man. We will exhaust all of those options before we say, you know what, it might have something to do with me. And most people don't even get to that point. They settle on one of those other options that I mentioned. Very seldom do these people get to that option where it's like, maybe this is me. Maybe I had something to do with what's happening or what's transpiring in my life. Most people don't reach that. They don't reach that option. This is the devil tempting me, man. This is Satan tempting me. It's not Satan tempting you, man. That's you tempting you. That's literally what it is, man. That's you tempting you. That's what it is, man. Stop bringing other entities into the mix, man. That's you tempting you. You have this desire and this urge to indulge in whatever it is that you fighting with. That is you tempting you. There's no outside force tempting you. That is you tempting yourself, fam. The same energy that you pouring into being tempted by it, you can pour that same energy into not being tempted by it. It's your choice, man. It's your choice. Plain and simple. Stop playing around, fam. Stop playing around. To Renzo, man, exactly. Throwing the hands up. It's crazy, man. It's crazy just the things I've seen. You know, you out of shape because the devil tempting you. You know, you obese because the devil is tempting you. No, you are obese because you keep making bad decision after bad decision. You are out of shape because you keep choosing not to exercise. All of these, you out here on the dating scene. All of these bad people that you keep encountering or dating, that's not the devil tempting you. That's just your bad judgment, bad discernment. It's on you. You making bad decisions. You have poor discernment when it comes to choosing a potential mate or a partner. It's on you. It's your fault. It's nobody tempting you, fam. I promise you. Nobody is tempting you. You made that decision. You looked this person up on social media, or this person found you on social media, inbox you, DM you, you decided to respond, you gave dude the number, Y'all started talking. You decided to go out on a date with the person, and that's what you did. And it led to whatever it led to. These are all the result of decisions that you've made, fam. Anything that has transpired in your life is the result of decisions that you have made up until that point. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you, fam. I promise you. Somebody please go show me this devil that's tempting y'all, fam. Somebody do that for me. Doing all this tempting. Please go, somebody go show me this devil that's tempting you. So while we sitting around waiting for that to happen, I can go show you your decision-making pattern and how that could lead to the set of circumstances that you are currently dealing with. Which one sounds more feasible? Somebody going and grabbing this devil that y'all say is tempting y'all, or analyzing and studying your decision-making pattern up to this point? What sounds more feasible? What sounds more reasonable? What sounds more accurate? If I study your decision-making pattern up until this point, that will be able to, we will be able to identify the origin of all of this. TJ, peace, what's happening? Terenzo, yeah, the mirror, which a lot of people avoid that mirror. They don't want to look at themselves. They don't want to look at themselves, man, because then they're going to have to see this reality that we talking about. Straight up. TJ, exactly. But in the world we live in, we have been taught for the most part, fresh out the womb, that we can blame a lot of other people and entities for our misfortune in life. It's cool. Just blame that devil. What they say, the devil made me do it. The devil made me do it. That's what we tend to do. Giving these entities way too much credit, fam. And you're not giving yourself enough credit at all. All of these bad decisions you making in your life is the result of somebody or something outside of you tempting you to make these decisions. Like you don't have the power to neutralize any of these external forces. You don't have the power to neutralize this outside pressure or influence. You don't have the power to do that, huh? Savetta giving them way too much credit. Way too much credit. way too much. Way too much. But again, accountability. That's been the word. That's been a word for this whole entire year. It's been a word for this whole entire year. You know, so what sounds better? Okay, I'm in this position in my life right now because of me, because of my decisions. Or I can say it's Satan tempting me. It's the devil tempting me. It's the devil tempting me. That sounds a little bit better. You know, that sounds fancier when we start talking about being tempted by some Satan, by some devil. That sounds a lot fancier for us. You know, that sounds a lot better other than saying, nah, man, it's the result of my bad decisions. Society, peace, what's happening? 777, and that's with anything and everything in life. Nobody can tempt you unless you allow it. So that's why I'm putting emphasis on the devil here, because again, you know, we talk about the devil coming in the form of a certain demographic of men, you know, but that's a whole nother ball game. But at the end of the day, we give power to all of these things, fam. We give power to all of these things. Whether it's peer pressure or whether it's pressure from some evil entity, we give power to it. You know, so my peers can only pressure me to do something if I allow that to happen. Same goes for any type of devil or any type of evil entity that you believe is applying pressure. They only have as much power as I give them. And that's a fact. That's a fact. They only have as much power as I give them. Corey, peace, what's happening? Only have as much power as I give them, fam. Like, seriously. I go make my 2 smoothies a day easily. I've been doing that for like the past year and a half, fam. Anytime I slip up or anytime a set of circumstances present itself to where I fail to make my 2 smoothies a day, I don't blame anybody. Even if the set of circumstances is crazy to where I'm literally not able to make 2 smoothies, I don't blame anybody or anything. I didn't adapt, I didn't adjust. It's on me. I'm not about to say anybody that tempted me. I'm not about to say anything has tempted me. I'm not about to say folks that put pressure on me. I didn't adapt and adjust. And that only has happened a select few times. It's happened a select few times. Other than that, I've been rolling. But I haven't made any type of excuses. I haven't put the blame on anything and anybody. I just look at myself and say, man, I didn't adapt and adjust to this set of circumstances. So I was unable to continue on with my routine of making 2 smoothies a day. That's on me. Next time I'm presented with this set of circumstances, I have to adapt and adjust. I have to be better prepared for this situation. Now I know. I don't blame the people that were involved. I don't blame any type of evil entity. I don't blame any type of energy, none of that. I look in the mirror and say, man, I just got to adapt and adjust. Next time I'm presented with this type of situation, this is what I must do to make sure I don't fall off track. And then even when I fall off track from my regular routine, I bounce right back. I don't get in my feelings. I don't say, man, I've been drinking 2 smoothies a day for a year and a half. I slipped up one day and now I'm backtracking. And I'm falling completely off. I say, you know what? Today I didn't get the 2 smoothies in, but tomorrow I'm getting them in. I don't stress out. Yeah, today I didn't adapt and adjust, but tomorrow I will. It's really that simple. That's what happens when you hold yourself accountable, fam. That it's easier to bounce back. It's easier to get back on your square when you hold yourself accountable. When you think something or somebody is tempting you, guess what? You are placing a lot of energy and focus on that. So guess what's going to happen? If you think some evil entity is tempting you and you concentrating on that and you putting a lot of emotion and energy into that, you are going to keep getting presented with situations that reflect that thought. Something or somebody is tempting me. So you are going to keep getting presented with situations and circumstances where there are a lot of temptations around you because you are giving power to that type of thought, man. So you got to be careful what you think about. You got to be careful what you speak. I don't talk like that, fam. So I don't get presented with those circumstances. So then when I don't adapt and adjust, it's nothing for me to bounce back because I don't think some evil entity got it out for me. When I'm out here thinking some evil entity got it out for me, then every day I wake up, I'm going to keep getting presented with a set of circumstances that reflect that because I keep putting energy into that. If you keep on telling yourself, man, it's this evil entity got it out for me, tempting me, what you focus on, it grows. So now every day you wake up, you're going to keep getting presented with a set of circumstances where it look like some evil entity is tempting you. But that's really not. That's your own mind. You have bought into this idea, and since your subconscious mind is not able to determine fact from fiction, it is going to accept what it is that you keep presenting it with as truth, and then it's going to keep presenting you with circumstances that reflect this truth that you keep planting inside of it. Again, be mindful what you say, be mindful what you speak, Be mindful what you think, fam. I hold myself accountable. Man, I didn't adapt and adjust, but I'm gonna do it tomorrow though. Simple as that. When I plant a seed like that, every time I slip up, I'm telling myself I'm bouncing back. Whether it be the next day or the next hour, I'm about to bounce back though. I'm not about to put any energy into why I just slipped up in regards to blaming folks. But I see this all the time, and I start to see why when it comes to reaching goals, when it comes to doing anything in life or getting anything out of life, I start to see why a lot of people around me fail to accomplish or achieve things in life. You know, when we talk about that perception and that mindset, I really start to see it, man. I see it a lot. I see it a lot. Just the things that we buy into collectively, man. We got to understand also the power of the collective mind, fam. You get enough people to start buying into some things, man, that can mess up. That can mess the flow up too. That can mess the flow up as well, fam. When you got enough people around you believing in certain things, man, that can tamper with your reality as well. That's why you have to watch who you associate with. That's why you have to watch who you associate with, man. Straight up, we got to understand the connection of everything in life. You associating with a bunch of people that's not necessarily wishing you well, fam, and you wondering why things might not be unfolding in a certain direction for you. It might have something to do with these people you are associating yourself with. They might not be putting the best energy into the atmosphere when it comes to you. So again, got to make a better decision in regards to the people that you hanging around. Hey, what they say, Ransom said it in a song. He said, if you can't change the people around you, then change the people around you. That bar right there, man, will go over your head, fam. You know, if you can't change the people around you, then change the people around you. So if you can't change the people that's already in your life, then you need to change the people that's in your life. Remove them, get you a new set of people. Again, this is all decision making, but you got to analyze your circle and be real with your circle. Be real with yourself in regards to examining your circle. Who is really poisonous, fam? Who is really good for me? You might have to cut ties with somebody you've been rocking with since y'all was little, but man, y'all done outgrew each other, man. Sometimes you got to make those type of decisions. It's like having a business, man, and having to fire some folks, fam. You know, this person might have started off as a good worker for you, but now they starting to slack and it's tampering with the business. We can't keep giving that person the benefit of the doubt, man. They costing you money. You know, they've been slipping up for 6 months, year and a half. They costing you business. What you gonna do? You gonna let them continue to cost you business, cost you money? Or are you gonna fire this person and bring in somebody new that's going to add on, get you more business, get you more money? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? If you are a wise businessman or businesswoman and you got that business acumen, you're gonna let that person go that's costing you business. You gave them 1 or 2 chances, man, and they failed you. You gave them more than 3 strikes. You gave them more than 3 strikes. You should have given them the 3, but you did. You can't keep giving that person 3. This is one thing I've learned in life. This is one thing I've learned in life, man. I've learned. If I ain't learned anything else, I've learned this in life when it comes to dealing with people. Is that when people do you one way, one time, when they do you a certain way, one time, if you allow that person back in your life, it's a 98% chance that they will do that again. They will do you the same way. They will do you the same way. Prime example, me as a trainer having a business. If I dealt with a client a year ago and that client just randomly vanished without any type of sign, without any type of communication, they didn't communicate with me that they was going to be vanishing. You know what I'm saying? They just disappeared. They was coming in one moment, then the next moment they wasn't. Well, when that person pops back up, say, man, I want to work back out. Last time, man, I was going through some things and whoop-de-whoop, I got it all situated. And they come back and say they serious this time. 9 times out of 10, they do the exact same thing. This has happened to me more than enough times. It'd be the same exact pattern. They do you the same exact way. So how many times you going to keep giving folks the benefit of the doubt? 9 times out of 10, they going to do you that same exact way, fam. Somebody cheated on you that one good time and you allowed them to come back into the mix, more than likely, it's a 90% chance they're going to do it again. 90% chance. And you get the boo-hoo crying the second and third time when they cheat on you again. At that moment, you made that decision, man. You made that decision. You chose your poison at that particular moment. This is one thing that I'm learning. It's a hard lesson to learn in life, but this is what I'm learning. Most people, man, when they do you wrong, when they do you wrong, man, when they do you wrong and you allow them back into the mix, they gonna do that. It's a 90% chance they're gonna do it again. 90% chance. So pay attention to how people exit your life. You know, if you was friends with a person and this person just cut you off, no rhyme or reason, fam. Like they made up some garbage that wasn't true. And they just cut you off. Didn't hesitate to do it. Then 6 months later, they trying to make amends. And you allow that person back in. Guess what's going to happen 90% of the time? Soon as they not feeling good again, guess what they going to do? They going to cut you off with no hesitation once again. So then at this point, you got to make decisions in your life. Do you want to keep dealing with that inconsistent individual that's going to cut you off anytime they not feeling good? Or you just want to remove that person from your life for good? These are decisions you got to make. And I'm not even going to say this is my experience, fam. I know other people that deal with this same exact thing, fam. This is common. Folks gonna do you the same. They gonna do you the same type of way, man. These folks don't be changing. These folks don't been changed, man. Seriously. That person that cut you off 6 months ago is the same person that's gonna cut you off a year from now, soon as they get another misunderstanding. Very seldom do people actually change. And when a person has actually changed, you will notice it. You will notice it. But very seldom do these people actually truly transform, fam. That's why we, even in the 5%, like that's why we have that percentage breakdown, man. I would say 5% of the people actually transform and change, fam. Very small percentage of people did you bad back in the day actually transform and they can actually be trusted right now. It's a very small percentage. But how are we taught? Man, we taught to give people all these second and third chances, fam. That's what we are taught. And that's why a lot of us, man, we keep entering the situation after situation that we know we should not be entering. But you giving somebody the benefit of the doubt, which that's even an oxymoron, that statement and concept in and of itself. The benefit of the doubt. I'm giving this person the benefit of the doubt. Oxymoron. Oxymoron. 777 and again, that's exactly what I'm talking about. But see, and that's from a person that has made changes in his life. So that's why when somebody comes, that's why I know it's going to be a repeat pattern. When you did me a certain type of way a year ago, 6 months ago, and then you swear you are a totally new person now, unfortunately, I got to deal in reality. I got to expect that what you did then, you will do it again. You got to expect that, fam. You just got to deal in reality. Again, if you was dealing with a woman that cheated on you and you let her back in the mix, you will be a fool not to, in the back of your mind, not to think that that's possible again. Man, it's hard to deal with that. It's hard to deal with that without that lingering in the back of your mind. Clocks in. Ray, peace, what's happening? Savetta, hey, for sure. Kaleem, man, a lot of times it be way worse than before. Been there, done that too many times, fam. Been there, done that too many times. That's why now, especially at where I'm at now in my life, man, I don't really have time for that. Once some people start acting weird, I exercise my decision-making ability instantly. I don't have time for the weird antics. You start acting weird, I'm not dealing with it, man. I'm not dealing with the nonsense. I'm cool on it. I move on very quickly, man. I'm not entertaining this nonsense, man. I ain't old, but I'm too old for that nonsense, man. I'm too old to be dealing with some nonsense, man. So when people are on that type of time, I move on rather quickly in life. Whether it be family, I don't even care to use the word friends these days. You know what I'm saying? Family, associates, whatever the case may be. I don't really care who it is. Once you start acting weird to me, I have no problem distancing myself. And that's a decision that I make. I don't let any label, status, relationship, whatever. I don't let that pressure me into tolerating and dealing with people that I don't want to deal with. I don't care what our relation is. I don't care what the blood ties are. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. I don't care how cool our parents are. Like, I don't care about any of that. When you start acting weird, we cutting that off, man. We disconnecting that. We disconnected. We disconnecting that instantly, fam. I don't care. I don't care what the relation is, man. I'm going to make my decision very quickly when I start spotting weird activity from a person, because I don't have time for weird activity. I'm not about to be on the weird activity because I'm going to communicate some things to you. But when that weird activity comes to me, I deal with it instantly, man. I'm not about to be entertaining that, man. Not about to be entertaining that. You know, again, decision making. We got to have better discernment. We got to have better discernment, man. Y'all got to start. We got to start exercising that discernment. We got to be better with it. You know, we got to be precise. Y'all really got to start paying attention to these people that's around you, man. Straight up. We overlook a lot of things. Again, when they say the truth is hidden in plain sight, we overlook a lot of things that's right there in our faces, man. Stop doing that. Pay attention to the small things, man. Don't ignore them. Stop ignoring these things, man. Stop ignoring them. You know, y'all call them red flags. I mean, they simply signs. Stop ignoring these signs, fam. Stop ignoring them. As soon as the sign pop up, deal with it. Don't ignore it. And then years later come back and say, man, I can't believe such. Well, that's your first problem. Believing that somebody is incapable of doing you dirty. That's a problem. That's your first mistake, believing somebody is not capable of doing you dirty. Everybody is capable, fam. Everybody is capable of doing you dirty. Everybody is capable of doing you some good. Everybody is capable, fam. So you got to eliminate these expectations out the gate, especially when you don't know a person. When you don't know a person, man, everything is on the table. Everything and anything is possible when you are getting to know an individual. Any and everything is possible, fam. Stop being naive. Stop being gullible. Stop falling for the nonsense. Read between the lines. See through a person. Sometimes it's not what they say, it's what they don't say that matters the most. See, this is how y'all tap in and start making better decisions for yourself so that you won't have to feel like it's some evil entity tempting you, putting pressure on you. Read between the lines. See right through a person. Stop ignoring your gut. You feel some type of way. You feeling that type of way for a reason. Pay attention to it. Don't ignore that, fam. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Our decision-making abilities have to be better. Fam, if you done been in 10, 15, 20 failed relationships, you can't blame all 20 of the people. At some point, you got to look at it like, man, I'm making bad decisions. I done been in 15 failed relationships. At some point, you have to realize that this has something to do with you choosing the wrong type of people to be in relationships with. At some point, this has to be realized. At some point, you got to look at the situation and say, you know what, man, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not picking up on something, man. Maybe I'm not paying enough attention, whether it be to myself or these other folks. Man, I done been in 10 failed relationships in the past 3-4 years, man. What's up? That's me. Can't be all 10 of these people. Can't be. Yeah, they got their flaws. But, man, how do I keep choosing these people? What's happening? This is what we call accountability. Accountability is saying, man, I've been in 10 failed relationships in the past 3-4 years. What am I doing wrong? Not, man, all these women are garbage and trash. Man, none of these women listen. Don't none of these men listen. No. You done been with, if you done chose 10 people in the past 3 or 4 years that don't listen, maybe you are a problem. Maybe you ain't talking about nothing. Maybe your approach, presentation, delivery, something is trash. Something is trash, man. So you got to examine and analyze yourself. Don't write it off, man. All these mugs don't listen. All these mugs trash, and all the men this, and all the women that. Nah, you choosing these people for a reason. How you choose 10 women that don't listen in a row? You done chose 10 women in a row. None of them listen. What are you on? The common denominator is they don't listen, and then you chose them. I'm pretty sure they all have similar characteristics, or they have some similar characteristics. What are you after? What are you searching for? Why do you keep choosing these individuals? It has something to do with your choice, fam, or choices, man. It has something to do with your preference, man. Tune in and tap in with yourself. There's no way you can choose 10, 15 women and say, oh, they don't listen. It's all their fault. No, it's got something to do, something about that type of woman that you like, that you are attracted to. Figure that out. Figure that out. Chris G, majority of people don't listen. Seriously. Majority of people, like, listen, this is what we not finna do because I done been there. Majority of people do not listen. I don't care what the gender is. Majority of people simply do not. If the world listen, Chris, if majority of folks listen, whether it be men or women, then we would be in better shape today as a people. Men would be in better, our health would be better as men. If we listened, if men listen, then our health would be way better than it is because the information is out here and it has been out here to get men in shape. But our health is trash because a lot of men don't listen. A lot of women don't listen. So I'm not denying that, but people do not listen in general. Go to Sonetta TV and go listen to these grown men debate and see who's listening. None of them dudes are listening to each other. None of them. When I train men, I have a very hard time getting through to these men that they need to let certain things go. Though stubbornness, especially when it comes to listening to another man, then don't let it be a younger man. Don't let it be a younger man trying to tell him what to do. Man, I be about wanting to put the gloves on with some of my elders, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about older men. I be ready to put the gloves on them, man. Dudes just don't be wanting to listen. That is probably my worst client. I'm going to be real with y'all. My worst client is probably older men when it comes to listening. I'm going to be straight up. From my experience as a trainer, I'm just speaking specifically on training. The worst client that I've dealt with, period, point blank, and it ain't even close, are older black men. I'll be ready to put the gloves on them and knock them out. They don't listen. They do not listen. It drives me crazy, fam. Do not listen. Never fails, man. I put a workout. They don't want to do the workout in the order that I put. They do not want to listen. Tell them what to eat, what not to eat. Don't want to listen. Gonna do what they want to do at the end of the day. Man, I'll be ready to put the gloves on these dudes, man. Like, man, if you just listen, fam, that blood pressure go down, that weight to go down, all of this will happen. No, you keep thinking you can outlift and outwork a bad regimen. Man, I'll be ready to smack dudes. You cannot outrun and outlift a bad regimen. Listen, your gut ain't going down. That means you eating that pork, that you eating that garbage that I keep telling you to put away. You know what I'm saying? What Cam say in the song, black folks better leave that poke at the stove. But y'all don't hear me though. Dudes walk around with these beer bellies, not listening to me. I can put the alcohol down, giving me all type of pushback. Man, I done had to raise my voice. Man, I done almost got into it with some male clients. Seriously, man, I'm keeping it real. Yes, I've had women clients that don't listen, but since that's the popular consensus, I don't need to say that. But man, I'm older black gentlemen, my goodness, man. my goodness, I seriously be ready to put the gloves on. Be ready to put the gloves on, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Be ready to put the gloves on. So listening or not listening is a universal problem. Universal problem. Especially like when two men get together, it's more ego and pride than anything. Matter of fact, don't even let it be a situation where you addressing another brother and it's women around. Oh, no. You better not try to correct that brother or tell that brother something when there's other women around. Now he really gonna feel like, nah. Now he gonna really feel some type of way. Can't let that happen. So with the men, man, that ego and that pride gets in the way. And then don't let it be coming from a sister. Don't let a woman be trying to tell the man nothing. Oh, snaps. Don't even let it be that. Oh, man. Now we got a whole nother can of worms. You know, so listening is more of a universal problem. It is a very select few people who have mastered the art of listening, whether it is male or female. You know, very few people have mastered this art of listening. And I think I can vouch for myself because plenty of people, men and women, they have told me two things that a lot of people have told me, that I'm coachable and that I am good at listening, because I pride myself on that. Man. I'm going to let you get everything you need to get out yourself. I'm going to let you get it out your system without any judgment, fam. And I'm not just listening so I can respond. Like, I'm literally internalizing what you have said to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm internalizing it, not judging you. I'm not about to hit you with my perception and perspective. I'm trying to gain an understanding of what it is that you're telling me. So I'm internalizing everything, man. I've been told plenty of times that I'm good at listening. I'm great at listening. That's why I've been cool. That's why I'm cool with a lot of people, man. That's why I get along with a lot of people, because I'm listening. I know how to listen. And I've been around a lot of people just due to what it is that I do. And I realize a lot of people do not like to listen, man. A lot of people think they got it all figured out. Can't tell them nothing. Can't tell them anything. And then when you try to tell them something, man, who are you? Who are you to tell me X, Y, and Z? You know, straight up, hey, listening got me far in life. Listening has got me pretty far in life. You know, I'm a big advocate of listening. But again, listening, it's an art and a science to listening, man. That is a skill that must be mastered. And a lot of people have not mastered that skill. A lot of people have not mastered that skill. How many of y'all can sit back and tap in with a person, listen to what it is they telling you without judging them? Without judging them, or without being quick to throw your opinion out there. You know what I'm saying? How many people are able to do that? All right, man, I'm having a conversation with this person. I know the angle that they coming with is not necessarily my type of vibe, but I'm able to empty my cup for a second. You know, I'm able to empty my cup. Even with this type of conversation, when I'm talking to religious people, obviously I'm not religious, but I'm able to have a conversation with the religious person, not judge them. I'm emptying my cup when we having this conversation. You about to bring up some things that I don't necessarily subscribe to, but let me empty my cup so I can really see where you're coming from. So I'm going to let you say everything you need to say. I'm emptying my cup and I'm placing myself as best as I can in your shoes, so I can really see and feel where you're coming from. And then I'm going to meet you where you at. So I've had conversations with religious folks, and I know this may be surprising to y'all, but the conversations have been very productive and efficient. And no, I don't drill them with my perspective or point of view unless they ask me specifically for my point of view. I don't do it. I can almost speak their language and sprinkle and remix it a little bit and get through to them. I'm able to do that. But then on the flip side, when it's reversed and I might start speaking, people not really able to do that. They're not able to empty their cup. They start judging me based off of their beliefs, their culture, their traditions, and things like that. That's what they start doing. People don't even know the culture that I'm a part of when I'm talking to them, because I don't throw it in their face. You know what I'm saying? And when they talking to me, when they asking for guidance, I don't necessarily speak in a way to where they be like, oh, you must be this. They don't even know. They don't even know. They don't even know unless they ask. Because again, when I listen to people, I'm emptying my cup. I'm eliminating my biases. I'm eliminating my perspectives and perceptions. I'm eliminating all these things. I'm eliminating all these things, fam. When somebody comes to me and they confiding in me, I'm eliminating all that, man. I'm not about to judge you based off of what I believe, based off whatever it is I think I know. I'm gonna let you tell me what it is that's going on with you, man, and we're gonna chop it up from that. I'm meeting you where you at. That's the science and fine art of listening, man. Listening is a skill, fam. Listening is a skill, and it will get you far in life. It will get you far in life. I tell fellas all the time, man. I tell the sisters this, you know, since we was talking about, I tell both parties this. I say, man, everything would be a lot easier if you just listen. Because at the end of the day, you got the women saying men don't listen, and then the men saying women don't listen. So at the end of the day, both parties not listening to one another. We can agree to that. All you got, you listen, man. That's about to get you far in life. Just listen. And it starts with you. And y'all know I'm a big advocate of the man. And it's starting with the man. So it starts with the man. Like you listen. Just start listening, fam. Just start listening. Just start tapping in everything around. Just listen, fam. Just listen to folks. Just listen to folks. Don't judge and don't be quick to throw your opinions out there, man. Just start listening to everybody. Start listening, fam. Just keep your mouth shut. Don't even throw what you believe out there, man, or what you think you know out there. Just listen, fam. Just listen. Just practice being a good listener first. You know, and again, we talk about the law of attraction and things like that. You hear people talk about law of attraction, manifesting, things of this nature. What you focus on grows. That's what I say. You know, so if I focus on being a good listener, guess what I'm going to attract to me? Guess how this law works? If I focus on being a good listener, guess what I attract to me? People who are willing to listen. That's exactly what has happened in my life. The moment I start listening a lot more, I attract listeners. I attract people in my life that want to listen. You attract it in your life, fam. When you start listening more, you attract it. So you got to, what they say, be the change that you want to see in the universe. So if you want people to start listening to you more, then maybe you need to start listening to people more. See, again, it's accountability. We don't want to think we have something to do with attracting non-listeners, but you very well have something to do with that. I can go to periods in my life where I was attracting people that wasn't listening. That's why every time I start to get a boatload of these people that's not listening, I tap into myself. Maybe this is the period of my time where I'm not listening as much as I need to be listening. And that's what it be. So I sharpen up on my listening. And I attract more people that's willing to listen. I get a few clients like, man, I want to try to go vegan this month. You know, can you help me? People that have been with me for a long time. Then I say, all right, man, let me focus on listening a little bit more. Then I attract the listeners. I attract the people that's willing to finally put things into motion that I've been instilling and preaching this whole time. But I had to work on me first. I had to start listening. Let me listen to these clients a little bit more, man, because maybe the way that I thought they needed to be reached is incorrect. So let me listen a little bit more. Let me tap in a little bit more. Let me pay close attention. Pay a little bit more attention, fam. It's exactly what I did. I started to pay more attention. And I started to meet people where they was at. Tyson, exactly. And again, one of the reasons why people that listen more are stoic and less emotional is because a listener gains an understanding. So once I gain an understanding, there's no need for me to be emotional. A lot of times we are emotional because of a misunderstanding. So when I got the understanding, there's no need for me to be emotional. There's no need for me to respond in an irrational manner because I understand what's happening. I understand why you just did what you did. So there's no need for me to act irrational or emotional because I understand now. If I don't understand, now I'm angry. Now I'm upset. Now I'm emotional. But since I got an understanding, it's like, okay, I see why you did what you did. I get it. I'm able to be cool. I'm able to be less emotional about it because I have a thorough understanding of why this is happening, why this is occurring. If I don't have that understanding, I'm angry, I'm emotional. I'm going to respond accordingly, you know? So that's one of the that's the major reason why people that listen more are less emotional, because to gain an understanding. It's hard to gain an understanding when you ain't listening. If you watching a movie, man, this movie an hour and 30 minutes long, and you wasn't paying attention throughout the movie, and you just tapped in the last 20 minutes, how you gonna understand what's really happening? Like, you don't understand how it got up to this point. You clueless. The ending ain't gonna make any sense to you. You're like, man, this don't make any sense because you wasn't paying attention. This movie is an hour and 30 minutes long. You start paying attention the last 15 minutes. And now you wonder why you lost. Like, man, this don't make any sense. You was in and out of listening, man. You had to pay attention to certain details, key details in this movie for the whole duration. You can't just tap in the last 15, think you got that figured out, and be wondering why this ain't making any sense. And a lot of times that's what we do. We selective with our listening. Somebody give you a whole conversation, whole spiel, rip their heart out to you. But you're going to pick and choose a few things that stood out to you. And you're going to harp on that. You got to pay attention to everything that's being stated and everything that's not being stated. You can't just pick and choose the few things that that resonated with you. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You can't do that, man. You might be ignoring key elements because what resonated with you or what's big to you in regards to what they said might not be the biggest thing to them. You know, so you can't do that. But a lot of people are selective. They selective with the hearing. They selective with the listening. Gotta stop being that way, man. Pay attention to everything, man. Lock in. Concentrate, man. When somebody is talking to you, you know, when y'all are in an environment, man, and y'all having a conversation, a serious conversation, man, you cannot have distractions. Pay attention. Listen, fam. Listen. Devote all of your attention to this individual. All of your attention to that individual, man. This is an important conversation. Do not miss key deep. Do you know how annoying that is? When you having a conversation with a person and they miss key details in something that you said, and now you have to repeat yourself several times, man, that's annoying. Pay attention, fam. Pay attention so the conversation can flow smoothly. Because that's very annoying, man. When you done gave somebody a whole spiel, maybe 5 minutes or so, and you got to repeat half the conversation because they wasn't listening. You messing up the flow of the conversation, and now you are irritating me, man, because why did you not pick up on half of this conversation? Why do I got to repeat this whole conversation to you? What was the point? So just learn how to pay attention. It's not that complicated, fam. It's really not. It's really not, man. Eliminate the distractions when folks are talking to you. Zero in on them. Give it all of your attention, fam. When somebody talking to you, give them all of your attention, just like you would request from them. All the attention, man. That's it. Don't cut them off. You know, a lot of these are pet peeves for me. I don't like being cut off because the moment you cut me off while I'm speaking, now I know you're not listening. Because if you were listening, you would not have cut me off. You cut me off because you had something that you wanted to say, and you wanted to get, so that had a higher priority. You know, so when you cut a person off, you have prioritized what you wanted to say, not gaining the full understanding of this person's position. That's what cutting someone off means. And I don't care how you perceive it and how you try to fancy it up. Cutting someone off means you prioritize what it is that you have to say over listening to their full position. No, I got something that popped up in my head. I need to get it out. Forget letting them complete this thought. Like, for real, man, let the person complete the thought. And I don't care how drawn out, let them complete it. Let them complete it. Let them complete it. See how that gets you. See how far that gets you. I promise you it will get you far. I promise you. Let a person get the complete thought out of their system, fam. When you start cutting these folks off, you add animosity to the conversation, you add hostility to the dialogue. Tensions will start to flare. Sit back and listen, man. You will have a time where you can speak. You will have a time where you can respond to what's being said to you. Don't cut them off. Don't cut them off. If you having memory problems, that's a whole nother ball game that's a whole other situation that you have to work on. I cut the person off so I won't forget what I had to say. Well, you need to work on your memory then. And that ain't even to be funny. Like, you seriously need to work on your memory. Like, people be thinking that type of stuff is a joke. Like, nah, you seriously need to work on that. Like, if you have problems with your memory, you need to work on that. Oh yeah, Savetta. Hey, definitely when it comes to the sun, definitely change that, because I was one of the sons where that happened to me a lot, and it affects you. You know, it affects that young son. It affects that young son. It leads to certain personality traits developing when that continues to happen to the young son. I can vouch for that via experience. I know how it feels to be the young son or the young black male and all of that. Like, I already know. I already know. Which is one of the reasons why I have the pet peeves that I have, because of the things that happened to me when I was younger. Like, man, I ain't like when I'm trying to express myself and I'm getting cut off, I'm getting judged, I'm getting all of this, and I'm not able to complete not one thought without getting judged. You know what I'm saying? Without getting told something about myself, I'm not able to complete the whole entire sentiment. Now I'm pissed off. So now it's like a trigger when somebody cuts me off. Like, I automatically just instantly don't like that. And that's something that I'm working on, but I just instantly do not like it. And it stems from way back in the day, being a young bull trying to get things off your chest, but not being allowed to fully do that. As soon as you say that one thing, everybody come chiming in, judging you. You like, wait a minute, I'm not even done yet. Like, y'all don't even know why I did X, Y, and Z. Would y'all listen? You know, y'all, before I even get to explain what has happened and why I did what I did and why I'm thinking the way that I'm thinking, why I said what I said, I got cut off. Savetta, that's exactly what happened. I'm not even, that's where I was going with it. You know, I stopped communicating things with my folks, man. There were certain things they didn't even know I was doing because I wasn't communicating. I just got stopped. I mean, I ain't even care no more. I was like, every time I say something, it leads to this. It leads to folks not listening. So I stopped talking to people. Bringing things. Every time I do, I'm getting judged. I'm not being able to complete my thoughts. So that's where I was going with it. I did that. I did that. Like, I stopped talking to people. I shut off to the point where I didn't became like this person that don't like to deal with people, that don't like crowd, don't like talk. Like, I became that because of that, you know. And this ain't necessarily just all my people, just people around me, like, just not listening, you know. So I became that, man. I don't like talking to people right now to this day for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, for that, because I'll be like, man, they not listen. Like, I'm scarred. You know, I'm scarred. I instantly be thinking nobody's listening. So then when you start doing anything, like when you cut me off, when you do things that people used to do back in the day, now I'm triggered. I'm triggered. It's like PTSD. I'm triggered. Man, this person cut me off instantly. I'm like, they not listening. Now I'm mad. Now, like, I'm mad. It's a trigger. That's a trigger. Not allowing me to complete my thoughts, judging me in one way, shape, or form, like, without allowing me to finish my full sentiment. Like, nah, I ain't got time for. Like, I instantly get irritated, and it stems from childhood. But that's exactly how you develop those type of characteristics and those type of traits. You develop them just like that. Folks not listening to you. Oh, they just a kid. They don't know what they talking about. It ain't about a 10-year-old knowing what they talking about. You know, when you're dealing with a kid, man, it's not necessarily about them or about you think they know what they talking about. Man, it's just hearing them out. That's all it is, fam. Just hear me out. I could be completely wrong, but man, just at least hear me out. Just hear what I got to say. Like, I did this, you know, I'm 10. I did this because that's why, man, just hear me out. Yeah, I can still be wrong at the end of the day, but at least hear me out. That's all I'm saying. Hear me out. Just hear the kid out. Just hear the kid out, man. That's all you got to do. Kid can be lying right to you, but just hear him out, though. Hear him out. Then go from there. But, man, just to instantly, man, hey, you don't know what you talking about. You just a kid, whoop-de-whoop. Discrediting them instantly, like that's the wrong thing to do. That's the wrong thing to do. And then look up and be kind of confused as to why, you know, your kid can cut you off or your kid ain't talking to you as much. Like, come on now. That's how that stuff develops, man. It develops that early. You know, so pay attention to your kids, man. Pay attention. Just listen to them. That's it. Just listen. It hurts a kid when the parents not listening. It hurts. You know, with that's the first superheroes to that child, man. Moms, pops. So when moms and pops not listening, nothing else even matters, man. Like the first people you look up to when you realize they not listening to you, you don't even care. Like at the end, when that's not happening, when they not listening, the first people you look up to, you just give up. You're like, man, I don't care about none of this. I don't care about nobody listening. When your parents ain't listening, the first people you look up to, whoever it is that raised you, the first people you look up to when they not listening to you, man, that's a big blow. That's a big blow. The first people I look up to, man, they not even listening to me, and that's a big blow. And that's gonna tamper with. That's gonna linger into adulthood for that particular child. It's gonna affect them in a multitude of different ways. So, man, we just got to do a better job of listening in general, whether it be to the children, to the babies, to the adults. We just got to listen, man. Learn to listen, man. Listening ain't going to kill you. Just because I listen to somebody that has a different perspective don't mean I'm accepting. You know, I'm accepting what it is that they believe, man. I'm just listening. I'm trying to see where they're coming from. That's it. That's it. Listening don't mean I accept what you telling me as my reality. I'm just trying to feel where you coming from. That's it. That's all listening is, man. I'm trying to understand where you are coming from. Not where I want you to come from. I'm trying to understand where you are coming from. Pause, as Cam and Mace would say. But yeah, Tayson, yeah. Yeah, man. And you putting it nicely. The black household, man, them parents be telling kids to do more than just shut up. They curse him out. They curse these kids out. And then they kids start using the same language and they wonder why. They acting shocked and surprised. Oh, I can't believe he out here. Man, yes, you can. You know where they got that language from. Come on now. Come on now. You know where they got that language from, man. You acting shocked and surprised. Like, can't believe it. I don't know where they heard that from. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, fam. You know good and well where they got that language from. You know, y'all, but with that being said, man, I got to tap out, man. I got to get myself ready. I'm trying to be better with being on time out here. Time management. It's one of my goals over here. It's something I'm working on. Being on time. Being prompt. You know, but hey, I appreciate y'all tapping into this particular build. Feel like I got some things off my chest. Hopefully y'all took some jewels away from this build. But I'm gonna let y'all get back to enjoying the rest of y'all Wednesday. Hopefully y'all make better decisions after this particular stream. If not, shame on you. It's all your fault. I planted the seed, I should say. I plant the seed. Put it in your ear, put it in your mind. So if you don't make better decisions going forward after this stream, then that's just on you. It's on you. It's your fault. You can't blame anybody else because I done planted the seed, put it out there for you. It's on you to implement what it is or what it was that I just said. But man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Wednesday, man. I'm going to tap back in with y'all when I tap back in. Y'all be easy. I'm out. Peace.